Well, our first interview of the day. Tomorrow you are invited to take part in the annual butterfly release on the lawn of the South Carolina State House. The event is put on by the Ovarian Cancer Coalition of Central South Carolina. I'm honored to be the MC every year and thrilled that Dr. Will Merritt, an oncology physician with South Carolina Oncology Associates, will be the speaker. September is National Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month, and one thing, Dr. Merritt, that I want to explain to our viewers is why we go with the whole idea of the butterfly as for the butterfly release, the idea of the silent sound that a butterfly makes when it's flapping its wings. How is that similar? What's the correlation, the symbolism there with ovarian cancer?
Yeah, so the whole idea of awareness is the biggest thing we try to teach patients and certainly spread to the community. This is a silent disease. There's not many symptoms that are clear. There's not a screening test for it. So these symptoms you just have to be aware of with your body and be vocal. Talk to your doctor. What may seem normal may not be normal, especially if they've been going on for weeks, days. And it's the silent part that's so frustrating. But if we make people aware of these symptoms that may seem silent, it may certainly help diagnosis sooner, which certainly helps prognosis.
So let's talk about those symptoms. And you know, I think one thing that amazes me about them, they're so ambiguous, because I kind of halfway joke every year when we have our event at the State House and I say, it could be the pizza you ate last night, you know, and that you just feel the indigestion because of what you ate. But that could be one of the symptoms.
Exactly. I mean, these are symptoms that if I asked 100 men and women, 50% of them probably had them.
Right.
But I think it's more of that chronicity, that, you know, again, weeks and stuff. If you're having belly pain, if you're not feel like you're going well to the bathroom, or you're losing weight or even gaining weight at a proportion that just doesn't seem right, or if somebody comments that, hey, you know, you don't look the same. Those are things that you got to pick up on that you just kind of may not pay attention to.
But then there's the issue of the testing for it and confirming. Tell us where we are with that as far as medicine is concerned.
You know, unlike breast cancer, colon cancer, cervical cancer, there's great screening tests for that. Ovarian cancer, unfortunately, we're not there yet. There are a lot of steps being made to improve that, but there's still not a great test. So it's a matter of, I always say, pieces of the puzzle. You try to put together symptoms, imaging, some blood tests, and you try to come up with that risk factor. And if you have that risk factor that pushes you a step further, then we may be talking about something like surgery to get that answer. But as of right now, unfortunately, there's still not a good screening test. So that's why we stress being focal with your physician, talking about things and things that may be personal you may not want to talk about, or bringing somebody that will help facilitate those questions.
You know what, I'm really glad you brought that up, the whole idea of not wanting to talk about certain symptoms, because a lot of times it's embarrassing, but the reality is if a woman doesn't, she gets in when it's too late, possibly. Is ovarian cancer usually the cancer that starts in that area, or did it metastasize to that area?
Yeah, so usually ovarian cancer, if it started with the ovary, that's where it's going to originate around those structures. And the issue with ovarian cancer is oftentimes it'll spread around the belly. So oftentimes when it's diagnosed, about probably 70 to 75% of women are diagnosed with stage 3 cancer when it has spread over their belly, because that's when those symptoms start to happen. But you know, as far as metastasizing, those are the structures that it usually metastasize to, which causes those symptoms.
You know, I know you've practiced medicine for a long time here, and I can't imagine what it's like for you as a physician when you have to tell a woman she has this. What is the prognosis? It's one thing for you to have to give her that bad news for the diagnosis, but the prognosis is rough too, because like you said, it's usually caught later.
It is, yeah. Prognosis, you know, of course you can read everything online nowadays. Prognosis is a lot of times dependent on how patients respond to their first treatment. And if it's caught early enough that they are able to get through treatment, you know, prognosis is typically, I'd say, good in the sense that we can provide patients with many wonderful years of life after diagnosis. We still have a ways to go, for sure, and there's been a lot of developments that have helped extend patients' lives. But getting through that first treatment can be very tough. But yeah, conversations are very difficult with patients.
But necessary.
But it's humbling, because women, I
Right.
can't speak for men, but women are very strong about this, and it amazes me every day how strong
Yeah.
they are.
Well, when I look at the pictures that we have of the butterfly release at the State House, I know it's a great opportunity to bring awareness to ovarian cancer to our community. So, you know, Dr. Merritt and I would invite all of you watching right now, if you have a loved one, if you do this in memory of or in honor of someone who's dealing with ovarian cancer. But Dr. Merritt, also really, we open this up to any female-related cancer. We would invite them to come out to this.
Oh, absolutely. Any female-related cancer, whether it be somebody you're affected with or known, or just want to learn more about it, absolutely. It's a great opportunity to come out and maybe meet patients, certainly we'll be out there speaking. Would love to have people out there.
Yeah.
Might be a little hot, but I think it's
I know, it's the first day of fall tomorrow, and it's going to be like the hottest day of the week.
I
I know,
know.
but we'll be out there.
We'll be out
we
there.
may be picking short sleeves and sleeveless, but we'll be out there.
Dress comfortably.
Yes, definitely. And wear teal. That aqua color is the color that we wear for ovarian cancer. So here's the information on your screen. Tomorrow's butterfly release is not only in memory of or in honor of loved ones who have had or dealing with ovarian cancer. Again, it's for other female-related cancers. Gather on the front lawn of the South Carolina State House at 5 p.m. The program begins at 5:30 p.m. And do take a lawn chair if you'd like for comfort. Dr. Merritt, as always, thank you so much. We'll
Thanks,
see you
Dawn.
out there tomorrow.
Appreciate it.
Well, coming up on Soda City Live, the reality of childhood obesity and also quiet quitting. Have you heard of that term yet?
Haven't.
I haven't either, but we're going to find out because Jimmy Kimmel is looking forward to it. But first, we're going to get to those trending topics when Soda City Live returns.